Hi, welcome back to another one of Marcey's Wacky Adventures. I'm Marcey, obviously, and today I am embarking on the adventure of the Saw series. I am going to show you my Saw collection and give, I guess, my, what's the right word, my opinions and feelings on the Saw series and why I love it. I've been asked a lot about Saw and why the hell I'm obsessed with it, so I'll tell you all about it, and I can geek out over it a little bit. And just a quick update, I don't know if there'll be any more vlogs for 31 Days of Horror, which ended like 2 weeks ago. I had, got sick and had an injury, so that sort of derailed all those plans. I'm on the mend. I did get attacked by a dog, and the last bit of my injury is my finger, which is, it's healing. It's, the open wound is, closing up and trying to heal over, but the top part of that finger is completely numb, so I have no feeling in it, and I'm not sure if I'll get feeling back or how it's going to work. So there's a reason why there hasn't been a lot of reviews from me on the website and stuff like that, because I can't really type. But I'm working on it. I'm kind of rehabbing in my own way to try and get things back to normal. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this hand's fine. So yeah, sorry, I keep touching my face. Anyway, let's get to my Saw collection. I have a few bits and pieces, stuff I've collected recently, that, I had as like a birthday present to myself, because I'm, of course, going to get myself the best presents, right? Yeah. But actually, I owe Bede for getting me the Saw movies on Blu-ray that I didn't have, so thank you. I'll start with the first movie, Saw, and I actually have 3 different copies of Saw. The original Australian release on DVD, let me try and grab these without dropping them, was this one. And then this is the Blu-ray with this nice foot on it. And this special edition is the UK version. So I'll go through these. The Australian one, I mean, you can see how old this is if you are Australian. You can see that's like the old classification, whereas that there is like the more recent one. So you can see that's quite, old. And this one, I mean, this one looks fine. I've watched it. But the reason I own 2 different DVD copies is the extra features are completely different. Now this one, I mean, it still says widescreen presentation is a special feature. It has audio commentary from James Wan and Lee Whannell, and I love those guys. These guys do a really good commentary together. These guys have a great rapport. It's really good listening to them and, them joking around and stuff. There's a behind-the-scenes featurette on the making of the movie, which is called Sawed Off, and that's okay. It's pretty cool. And then there's Bite the Hand That Feeds You music video by Fear Factory. So it's pretty bare as far as extra features go. So for me, it was like a little unsatisfactory because I am a special features whore. And that takes me to the Blu-ray, which has none. No, there are no extra features on this, which is disappointing. The transfer is okay. Some things look really good. Other things just look a bit shiny and silly. It doesn't have that grimy feel that it needs. So I think they kind of learnt from this transfer with the other releases, which look a lot better. This has your typical, it's in HD. It's got DTS 6.1. It has Spanish subtitles. There's no extra features. So again, I was like, I want more. Give me more. Or as the Ryback saying is, feed me more. I want more Saw. Not really. I don't eat them. I might kiss them. So this led me to getting this version. And I should thank Welshie from that guy with the glasses who's done, or is still in the process of doing a Raw Saw retrospective, which is really cool. Check it out. And on his first video, he said this is the version to get. It has a commentary on there that's worth listening to. And as I found out, it is different to the one that is on the Australian release. So this has 2 discs, and disc 1 obviously has the movie. It's a remastered and alternate cut. And then it has commentary, and the commentary on this one, it has producer's commentary track, which is pretty good. But the one that's on here that is like one of the best commentaries I've really ever listened to, and I listen to a lot of commentaries. It's James Wan, Lee Winnell, and Carrie Always. Carrie Always, I love you so much. I can't wait to see Oogie Loves. Oh yeah. And these guys are hilarious. There's some good stuff on there. It's just so good to listen to. It flies by. It's amazing. It's so worth getting this just for that. And this was like, I don't know, £3. So it's fucking well worth it. So on here, I mean, it's got a lot of extra features on the second disc. So you have the original short film that James and Lee made. In the full cut. I think there's like snippets on YouTube, but this is the full version, which is really good. I mean, you can see from that short how this got made. Like, you know, you show this to people and they would have been like, yeah, I'm gonna like hire these guys, give them work. There's an on-set preview of Saw 2, which is kind of relevant before that came out, but if you haven't seen it, yeah, you can watch that, and then, you know, go ahead and watch Saw 2. There's some really good behind-the-scenes stuff. It's called Hacking Away at Saw. There's a really funny extra, and I had seen it before, so I'm guessing an original edition here, which was limited, may have been this, and I may have rented it out when this came out. It's an exclusive full episode of full disclosure report piecing together Jigsaw. And it's like a fake sort of investigation on Jigsaw with like witnesses and stuff, and it's pretty hilarious. And Donnie Wahlberg, oh Donnie, he's in it as well, which is pretty funny. There's some alternate storyboard sequences, which is really good to see. If you're interested in storyboarding and stuff, this stuff's gold. There's the director's art gallery. Again, it's pretty fantastic. The music video, the unrated version of the music video, in case you wanted that. And then making of the video and the sort off thing from the other feature. So I think I'm pretty, you know, I've got a pretty good collection with these for that. So that satisfies, you know, my Saw needs. I'll just put those over there. I've like no space. I live in a small place. That takes me to Saw 2, which I only have this. This actually has extra features, and they're the same as the DVD, which is why I haven't picked, you know, an extra copy up. I'm not sure if there's any other editions that have more features than this. If there is, let me know, because I'll totally buy it. So this has audio commentary by Darren Bousman and production designer David Hackle and editor Kevin Gurura. I can't pronounce his name, but they later went on to do other stuff in the franchise. This is actually a pretty decent transfer. It is better than the first one. It doesn't look as ridiculous. This is the uncut version, and yeah, it's pretty cool. This is an all-region one as well, which is sweet. And yeah, I mean, this goes well together with Saw. I think they kind of flow off each other pretty well. And you know, my favourite things about the series, which I probably should have gone into before, but you know, I'm not into watching Saw for the traps, which I know is what a lot of people like Saw for. Not me. I mean, yeah, I like them if they're good and if they have meaning. But I really like when Saw deals with the characters. You know, the stuff in Saw that's fantastic is Carrie Elways and Lee Winnell in that bathroom. That's the juicy stuff. That's amazing. I love that kind of stuff. There's so much at play. And with Saw 2, my favourite stuff is Eric Matthews, which is Donnie Wahlberg, and Jigsaw, Tobin Bell, sitting together and talking and having this back and forth. I mean, it is sort of the Clarice Starling, Hannibal Lecter type stuff in the movie. And that's the stuff I really like. I like the stories they try and build, the stuff they want to say. And, you know, Saw is the most messed up, like, morality tale of, like, you know, he puts these people through such harshness for them to appreciate their life. Like, you know, it's crazy. And it also just plays to people's natural stupidity and not paying attention to the details, because when Jigsaw sets a trap, you can get out of it, but you need to think and use your brain and not be stupid about it. But the people that die in them are stupid, quite frankly. You know, obviously, spoiler alert. That should just be a no-brainer. I'm talking about Saw because I'm gonna like have spoilers. You know, the first movie, the way to get out is right there at the beginning, which you will notice if you watch the movie and you watch it again. That's the first thing you end up noticing. And there's, you know, the ways that are out. And if Eric Matthews in this movie had shut the fuck up and listened to Jigsaw, he would not have had such a bad ending. And I love that stuff. The traps, for me, are secondary. And I guess, you know, by the end, I'll, you know, as I go along, I'll tell you my favourite traps. I guess the original bathroom one probably be a favourite. And one of my other favourites I'll get to when I get to the movie. And that now will bring me to Saw 3, which I think is my favourite of the sequels because of all those reasons I mentioned. It is, you know, they're in the one space, and you have, you know, the three characters of Jigsaw, Amanda, and the Doctor. And then you have a very personal trap going on. And that stuff for me was awesome. I loved it. I loved the traps. I mean, the main one for the Angus McFadden character, it's personal, it's brutal. This guy's going through a lot. I mean, it's very, I mean, it sort of hits hard. And then the stuff with, you know, Jigsaw and that, it's very interesting. Which is, I mean, it is a slower moving film, but for me, I think it works really well like that. So I have 2 copies. I have the Blu-ray, and I believe the extra features are the same-ish. Yeah, I think they're pretty much the same. I think the DVD might have a few extra ones, but mine is special. Mine came with certificate of authenticity from Twisted Pictures, from the producers who signed it. So there you go. Because a little bit, it has some autographs on it, as you can see. It is Shawnee Smith and Costas Vandelor, who played Hoffman, and I dropped it because I was very excited. Yeah, so that's a big reason why I got this, because obviously I love Shawnee Smith and she's hot in this movie. And Costas Vandelor is in this, but it's very brief. It's our introduction to Hoffman. Costas Vandelor. Anyway, so I have that. It's actually signed on the flip cover, and that's just what it looks like, because I'm probably going to frame the slip cover, so this is pretty plain. I haven't opened it yet. So, yeah, that's my very special one. If I can compare the features, I only just, like, got this very recently, so I haven't, like, actually compared, so I'll do that right now. This has the Traps of Saw 3 on this, and this has the Traps of Saw 3 and Details of Death, the Props of Saw 3. That one has that as well. Darren's Diary is on both. Commentary with Darren and Lee. And executive producers Peter Block and Jason Constantine, which is on here as well. Another commentary with Oren and Mark, who did the certificate, and this one has that as well. And then another one with Darren and Kevin and David A. Armstrong, which is also on here. Deleted scenes. Yep, so they pretty much have the same basic, same features. So that's pretty cool. I mean, this one is, you know, for that. But yeah, this is my favorite sequel, so I'm very happy to own these copies, which are very awesome. And yeah, very, very cool stuff. And I'll just put these here. Which then leads me to Saw 4, which for me is a big mixed bag of a movie. I'm pretty sure Darren Lynn Bousman was too busy, like, you know, with Repo. And I probably think they, you know, someone else should have, you know, directed it. The better moments, I think, are the quieter ones. The main big trap with the cop, I've forgotten his name. It's because he just, like, meant nothing. Basically, Rig, who was in the other couple of movies. He's going through your main trap, but that's not even, like, that interesting. The other stuff is really interesting. Their investigation kind of thing into the Dina Meyer trap from Saw 3. And that introduces Detective Strom, played by Mark. Is it Mark? No. Not Mark. Scott. Losing it. Scott Patterson, who was the really cute guy in the Gilmore Girls. Oh, Scott Patterson. So him and his FBI. Are they using FBI? Yeah. I don't know. I'm getting confused because now I stuffed up his name. It's Mark Hoffman. Not yeah. Anyway. So yeah, they do the investigation. They bring in Jill Tuck, who was Jigsaw's girlfriend, wife. So there's more expansion on that, which is really cool. There's a lot more Jigsaw stuff. I mean, he's dead by this point. The movie starts off with his autopsy, which is disgusting. But they definitely explore a lot through flashbacks, which is awesome. I mean, that stuff's great. There's, you know, Scott Patterson stuff as Agent Strom is really good. It brings back Sonny Wahlberg, who probably wanted to punch down Bousman for what happened to Eric Matthews, and Mark Hoffman. He's also in a trap, and then this reveals a lot of things about him as well. And I have 2 copies because I have the Blu-ray, and these I think has the same features, but I had to get this. This is a special set for Saw 4, as you can see, and has a saw inside. So basically what you do is you press the button and it does the magic.
You thought it was over, but the games have just begun.
Okay, so yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's got like blood in it. So the DVD actually like slides out. And I have to say, watching Saw 4 on like the Blu-ray, it's a pretty cool transfer. I was a fan of that. So the extra features, I believe, are pretty much the same. So, except for the packaging, has the collectible comic, which I don't think is in the Blu-ray. I'm not gonna open it up; it's gonna be empty. So, it has the comic. They have the uncut versions, audio commentary, with Bousman and Lyric Bent, the actor. Then you have the producer's commentary, the traps of Saw 4. I don't know if this had the video diaries. This has video diaries. And it has props. This has 2 featurettes. Deleted scene. This is a music video and deleted scene. So a little bit different. But I pretty much know his packaging because I'm a nerd like that. Again, that was one I had seen she had, and I was like, I freaking gotta own that one. So again, thanks to him for that. But But yeah, if you know of any like editions that I don't have that have different stuff that I might like, let me know because I'll spend my money. The money that I don't have usually. And this brings me to, you know, when I really got into Saw, I'd seen the first one. I saw the second one in the theatre. After that, I stopped because I was like, I don't know how they can continue this. These two movies were fantastic. I don't want to see sequels that potentially ruin them. So I didn't watch any. Then Saw 7 was coming out, and it was revealed that a certain character was coming back. And I was like, okay, I need to know what happened. So I sat down. This was 2 years ago, 2010. It was just before my birthday. Saw 7 came out around my birthday. I don't know if it was before or after because my brain doesn't function. I think it was probably a couple of days after. So I sat down the weekend before. I watched Saws 1 through 4 straight through, and I was hooked. I loved it. And then I watched 5 and 6. Now, when I saw 5, I'm losing my brain, just doesn't work. So when I saw 5, I had heard it was the weakest one. I didn't actually think it was that bad. And I've gone rewatching it again and again. I've actually really appreciated it a lot. And it is a very character-driven movie. And this really puts Mark Hoffman, got his name right, right in the lead along with Agent Strom, Scott Patterson. And they have this sort of cat and mouse game, and it also introduces Mark Rolston as well, who's really good. He has like this killer stash in it. And there's an amazing scene in this movie with Hoffman and Jigsaw that I love to pieces. And I really think, you know, Costas Mandylor, he does a really good job. And I really like, you know, I've been a fan of his for a very long time, like since I was a kid. When he, you know, he was in like Mobsters with like Christian Slater. I think that's what it was called. And he did, I think the name of that show was Picket Fences with Tom Skerritt. And he was like just the cutest thing in that. So I was kind of like, I didn't really know that he was in it. Like, I was aware of it, but not really like what his role was until I had watched the sequels, and I was really impressed. I thought he was really good. It's very different for him, so I think he did a good job. So my sort of 5 stuff is the Blu-ray. I've just picked up something extra. So I have the Blu-ray, and I hate this cover. I really don't like it. And that has, again, the same features. And I think they're the same as what I have here. Now, the Saw 4 thing I showed you, the motorized one, was the British version. This is the American version. So Saw 5 in the US, an edition, came like this. And this is why I got it. It says pretty much the same thing.
You thought it was over, but the games have just begun.
It's fully vibrating in my hands. So yes, why I own this. Plus I don't like that cover. So yeah, the Blu-ray looks great. This could be one of the best ones. You know, 6 and 7 are really good as well with their transfer, but this is pretty tops. And these extra features have commentary. The one I listened to was the David Hackle and Steve Webb one, which is on here as well. It's really good. It's very informative. It's well worth listening to. I really liked it. It has the producer's commentary, and this one goes through all the traps, as is this. And then it puts together more in depth on the head cube trap, which is really good. Now, Saw 5 features possibly my favorite, next to the first one, trap. And that is this. You can see him, he's lying down. No, that's not the right one. I thought it was different. I liked that trap. It's the pendulum trap. Obviously they're big fans of the Spanish Inquisition. But it's the head trap that Scott Patterson actually was in, because there was no way they could have a double, because you see his face up close. And he could have died in this trap, and they really go through it on the extra features, which is really worth watching. That's like one of my favorite scenes in Saw for the traps. I think it's one of the most inventive and fucked up traps. If I was in there, I would not have done what he did to survive. I would have deserved to die in that trap. He freaking went for it, and he like gets out of it when he shouldn't have. He's a legend. Scott Patterson, thumbs up. But this brings me to one of the most disappointing things I've gotten from Saw, mainly because of how it arrived. And I should say, the official Saw store is fantastic. The signed thing I showed you was great, you know, but this was an unfortunate accident that happened. Now, I bought a poster, and it arrived like this, and with another dent in it. So it arrived like this. I was not happy. I, as we Australians say, cracked the shits. I opened it up, and let me show you. Okay, it's all curly, but you can see it's all damaged. Now, what makes this special is it's the poster with the head trap. So that's, you know, Scott Patterson. However, it also had this on there, and this didn't get damaged, which I'm thankful for, and I still may frame this, but you can just see the scratches on it. But it has that Costa Sandalo signature. So I was pretty annoyed, and I tried contacting the store through all the channels available. I didn't hear anything back. I said, you know, I think I deserve a refund, or you can send me another one because it's a bit ridiculous. I did not hear back. So then I actually contacted Oren, who's one of the producers since movie 1. He wrote back to me straight away and said that he'll look into it. He's really sorry it happened. He got back to me and he said he's contacted the store. You should hear from them soon. And they gave me a full refund, including the shipping. So they actually dealt with it pretty quickly. So a big thanks to the store for, you know, there's an unfortunate accident. The packaging probably should have been a bit stronger for international shipping. And, you know, the fact that one of the producers actually came to my rescue on it straight away, I think it's tops. And, you know, I still recommend the store. Something like this, that obviously, you know, they would, you know, take into consideration something's happened. They will, in future, probably package things a little bit better. So, yeah, big thanks to them for actually handling that situation. But, yeah, sadly, I'm stuck with that. But I may still try and frame it. And I have this certificate of authenticity as well. But I thought that piece was cool because that's my favourite, you know, one of my favourite Saw posters in general. Because it has that trap on it, and the fact that Costas Mandela had signed it, which is awesome. Yeah. So this brings me down to the last couple movies. So we have Saw 6. This is the only copy I have because I don't think the DVDs had anything special. I don't think they had come with any special packaging. And this is such a great movie because it pays off a lot of things set up in the last 2 movies, especially 5. 5 is a bridging movie. Which I think people really need to understand that. This has uncut version. Has 2 different commentaries that I haven't had a chance to listen to. Of course, the producer's one, and then like the director and stuff. Killer Maze making Saw Game Over behind the scenes featurette. Hatebreed in Ashes They Shall Reap featurette. Jigsaw revealed featurette, and the Traps of Saw 6 featurette. So it's pretty decent extras. I need to explore those. It's a pretty cool transfer. I liked it. And this is a messed up movie, and this is so like a middle finger to insurance companies, which is awesome. Thank you, Saw, for like saying the stuff that we just can't. And then finally, Saw the final chapter. This one has piss weak extras. You'd think for like the last one there would be like heaps of extras. Again, I don't like this poster. poster cover. It was a poster. And this was the other Saw movie I saw in the cinema because I went opening day. I wanted to see what happened. And getting to it now, it was the return of Dr. Gordon, aka Carrie Elway. And I was very curious. This is what got me back into watching Saw. This has producers, commentary writers, deleted extended scenes, and music videos. Seriously, you should have had more. Yeah, this has, this has the main trap with Sean Patrick Flannery and more stuff with, like, the Betsy Russell, Jill Tuck character. And, of course, the big twist ending of who the real, like, apprentice or successor to Jigsaw is, which I knew was coming. I was very excited. And I thought everyone just had a lot of fun. It's not the best movie. I loved it when I saw it. I think the traps are stupid. They're so over the top and ridiculous. I know they wanted to go all out, but they're not Saw traps. They're stupid traps. And to go with the final movie, because it's the only one that all three of these people were, I guess, in. Were they all in? Yeah, I guess. They all appeared in it in some fashion. Is this again from the Saw store? Is this beautiful signed picture with Carrie Always, Costas Mandel, I was going to call it Mark Hoffman, and Shawnee Smith, and they've all signed it and put their character name on it, and I thought it was pretty cool. It's like all the Jigsaw apprentices. And this, again, I have bad luck. This arrived by post, but for some reason it wasn't in my post box. It wasn't sent to my door. It was outside near the bins. So if someone's mail tampering, I'm going to find you and I'm going to get you. Liam Neeson in Taken style. So yeah, I'm glad it got found and it's safely in my possession. So that was probably a bit more long-winded than I anticipated. That's my Saw collection. It will probably grow. I'll probably get more stuff over time. I really want to get a Billy, which is a puppet. I don't know if I'll get the actual puppet because they're a bit expensive, but I'll get him in some fashion, maybe a bobblehead or something. And I'll, obviously on the lookout for more stuff. So if there's an edition that has more stuff or something that I might like, let me know, of course. And I guess, I don't know, I can't really order the films. It's too hard. I guess it would be like first, third, second, 6, 5, 4, 7. I guess that would be my order. I love them all. I have a lot of love for them all. There are things I like and don't like with each movie. And I think, Tobin Bell is the star. I mean, he really crafted the character and there's no way they couldn't, even if his character was dead, they had to have him in some way. So they used the flashbacks. It was a very smart move. Shawnee Smith was great in them. I think Costas Mandela was great in them. I know people give Carrie Elways a lot of shit for his performance, but I think it was good. Some of his stuff was a little bit laughable. I will say that, but for the most part, I thought he was good. I thought Lee Whannell was great in it. There's so many great actors that have appeared in them. As I said, Scott Patterson, Angus McFadden in 3. There's so many good things, good people. Minor character in one movie comes back as a main in another one. They're all very connected, and they definitely had a plan from Saw 4 onwards. And I think it was smart, and you can definitely see it. I mean, when you take on something so big, of course there's going to be mistakes, but I think they're kind of minimal in the grand scheme of things. There's definitely not as many plot holes in Saw as there are in the Star Wars prequels, and I'm going to go on record as saying that. Oh, snap. Yeah, I'm a bit loopy. It's the pain meds. I'm just going to go with that. So that has been my Saw collection. I will probably be back soon with another video about something or other because I have many wacky adventures, and I promise I'm working on my special video to Uwe Boll. I'm still in the planning process because I want it to be perfect. So that'll hopefully I'll be getting to that before the end of the year. So fingers crossed for me. Until then, I've been Super Marcey, and you've been a great audience. Bye.